Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamer Dad, with another video for you. So if you didn't catch some of the Twitter feeds or even the subreddit for Another Eden, the Japan version has now released the main story chapter 3, as in they have announced it on their live stream, so it should be upcoming very shortly for them. As for us, we are hoping to get them, sometime in the next couple of months, or if we're lucky, before Christmas. Now that being said, because of this, we are also going to be celebrating alongside the Japan version with two different banners actually. So the Brilliant Encounter as well as the Twin Destinies. So this notice was actually announced yesterday, but the banner is only available starting tonight, and it's only available for a few nights actually. So note that is until October 31st, 2022 UTC time, which is only really 4 days from now. So be aware of that. Depending on your time zone, it may end on the 30th, like myself potentially. That being said, you can also buy a limited time paid Chronostone package, which we will need if you want to do the Twin Destinies. And so that being said, in tonight's episode of Should You Summon, we will discuss the two different banners available as part of the celebration for Japan. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me this way. So, if you're a veteran of the game, you know what's up with the Twin Destinies encounter. If you're relatively new to the game, Twin Destinies encounter is one of the best values out there for 1,000 paid stones. And the reason for that is that instead of guaranteeing only 1 5-star, this one guarantees 2 5-stars, and of course you can still hit 5 stars or 4.5s on pulls 1 to 8 of that 10 pull. Not only that, these guaranteed 5 stars are not the normal style version. They are the AS, ES, or Ultra versions of the units. And so take a quick look at the units that are uprated. Also note that, again, with all paid banners, every unit up to the current banner is available, including the likes of Alma or Leia, AS Laylee, AS Yukino, and so on and so forth. So, all the uprated ones are about 1.49, and note that these are on pulls 9 and 10. And if you do the quick math, I believe that's, let's see, about 66 or 67 units that are going to be featured here. So again, older as well as newer AS units, ES unit extra styles, and the Ultra units are all here. Take a look down here. Note that the Black Clad Swordsman, Jet Tactician, and so on and so forth are all uprated as well. Even AS Sora is here. And of course, unfortunately, the normal garbage belongs in the garbage. Bots, Rainbow Sisters, and Knights. So, with very few exceptions, I would always recommend, if you're willing to pay 1,000 stones, to go for the Twin Destinies. Now, there are always two schools of thought, and again, I'll just review them here. Things haven't really changed too much, but the whole thing is, if your roster is complete or near complete, your chance of hitting a unit that you need is not going to be very high. Not only that, if you're missing normal style units, such as, for example, Eva, Flam, like Melissa, any of those other units specifically that you're looking for, they will not be uprated in this Twin Destinies encounter. And so that does drop the value of that a little bit for those who are missing specifically those. However, just from a bang for your buck, 2 5-stars over 1 5-star, I mean, clearly do the math, that's always good. And they don't come around very often because, like I said, most paid banners only guarantee 1 5-star. So with the slight disadvantage of not getting the potential of exposures of the uprated Flam or Eva, essentially this is a very good deal. And don't forget, on pulls 1 to 8, you can still off-banner potentially one of those two, if not other units you want. In the case of some of the newer units, especially the broken units such as AS Yifa, AS Radius, they are all here. Ultra Xion. I mean, yeah, pretty darned good. So if you're willing to spend 1,000 stones and your roster is near complete, the only thing you must consider is 1,000 paid stones or a ticket worth potential of 32 light or shadow mixed between 2 5-stars. If it is worth it, hey, it still might be worth it for you because, let's be honest, you want to hit that 80, 120, or 200 light or shadow requirements, or even 255 if you're such a whale that, you can get those whale struts going. If you're newer to the game, no question, you're going to be adding units to your roster, many of which are going to be newer, and so why the heck not? So I won't spend too much time talking about this again. Again, Twin Destinies are very rare, and so take the advantage and make the most of it if you decide to spend some paid stones. Now for the rest of us, we do have a brilliant encounter, and don't be fooled with the kind of thumbnail here or the banner picture. It's not only these 5 units featured, and so we'll go directly into the odds. So one good thing about this banner is that, let's just take a quick look here. So it's only upgraded to about 0.03% on the, for the 5-star. So actually on the 10th encounter, you get 1.4 to 1.5% chance. And so if you break it down, somewhere in, again, 1 in 66, 1 in 67 range, because don't forget, 4.5s can evolve into normal styles, ASs, or ESs, and in some cases can evolve into alters. And so they do uprate, again, most of the newer unit, especially the Almas and Orleas. Again, for Sora or Lily, those are the newest units. Yukino is here, but note that it does have AS Yukino here, Okan Minokami. So that's really, really good news. Most free banners do not have the newest units. And you can scroll all the way down. Some of the older units here, if you notice, is 1.72%. So that's a big downside as opposed to just straight 1.5 across the board. However, again, if you're newer to the game, the fact that you might not have any of these 4 stars or 4.5s to evolve into 5 stars using chance, treatises, or codexes is pretty beneficial. And again, the same argument applies to this banner versus the Twin Destinies. However, there's a free-to-play spin on it. Now remember that as free-to-plays, obviously we don't get the advantage of getting faithful banners that guarantee a 5-star, and to be fair, most banners don't guarantee anything at all except for any random 4-star. And random 4-stars also mean I'll call them loser units, such as Denny, Benedict, units that don't have a 5-star just yet. If you're lucky enough to get a premium 4-star, not even the 4.5s, you're talking about things like Seal, Miyu, Bivet, Pry. They have a 5-star, but they're not really, I don't consider those premium hits per se. What most people are looking for with 4.5s are things like 4.5 Eva, 4.5 Alma, or units that can be side grades, such as 4.5 Xion that can be side graded to Alter version, as well as the normal style 5, or the AS out there. And so, depending on how complete your roster is, the value of the Brilliant Encounter goes up dramatically. Because remember, most banners don't guarantee a 4.5, and this one does. So the 10th pull will guarantee a unit that can be side graded directly to a 5-star natural, a 5-star AS, ES, or Ultra unit, as opposed to just the plain 4-stars which have no ability to upgrade. Again, one of the advantages of Brilliant over the Twin Destinies is you still do have an upgraded version of the normal styles, which is what we're looking for. So Eva, Flam, Alma, those can all be hit as 4.5s, the Daisies of the world, or Leias if you need that. That is one great thing. And even for myself, with a near complete roster as a free-to-play, I would still advise most people to pull in it. Again, you have to determine how many free stones you have, how much you are saving up for. So keep in mind that if you are following Japan and how close we are to Japan and what kind of updates are coming out in Japan, I believe we are only about 5 or 6 updates behind them. And so if you look at the upcoming content on the AE Wiki, remember to support the wiki either through donations or, just keep in mind that, that is definitely funded by us as fans. The AE Wiki will say that, it will tell you what kind of units are coming up, and if you are saving for those, then of course, the Brilliant Encounter is not a must summon. You can argue that it's a luxury pull. However, remember that it guarantees a 4.5, and so unless you are A, extremely poor, or B, complete roster, don't feel like getting dupes of any units you already have, then I still advise to go for the Brilliant, just because, hey, even an extra 4 Shadow or Light on a gacha unit is pretty hard to come by. If you think about, as a free-to-play, you only get 5 free Shadow or Light every month because we don't have the subscriptions. Obviously, if you're a paid player, this Brilliant encounter is near, worthless in some sense, because you're not only getting tons and tons of light and shadow through your 2 subscriptions, you probably have a complete roster with, so high a light or shadow that, getting another 4-star dupe is probably of very little value. You're better off saving that 1,000 free stones for a completely new unit, of which there will be a few, especially since the main story for Japan got released. So again, in conclusion, as a pure free-to-play, still worth pulling. If you're complete roster and you feel like skipping off, go ahead and do that as well. Again, with the twin Destinies, go for it. Why not? So as you know, as you can hear from my voice, I will definitely be summoning on this Brilliant encounter, and I'll upload that video after I upload this video. Now, as for you guys, let me know in the comments below what you think about the Brilliant and of the Twin Destinies. I know there are definitely 2 schools of thought, and many people I know will be saying that Brilliant encounters are a waste of time and money, and I do see your points as well. But like I said, it is still of some value, and especially for new players, definitely an easy way to get a unit that can be upgraded into a 5-star, provided you're willing to run some keys. Anyways, good luck to everyone who is pulling, and we are now awaiting for the next update, hopefully sooner rather than later. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.